shit.
Yeah, no,
Like walking down the street, like I
or
was like,
even just I've noticed like even just talking to people in class or something, or like even at a bar, it's like they're talking like this to you, like they're
mm,
looking somewhere else. Like people don't talk to
like
each other like in the
make eye
eyes
contact
anymore.
anymore.
Yeah,
Like it's something I don't know. It's something weird that just like, went on just when it comes to like society and just like social skills.
yeah,
Like in the past like 2 years, it's like half of it was like quarantining, half was just like nobody really knowing what the fuck is going on right now.
yeah.
Honestly,
Nor
and
do
just
we
like
still.
at this point, like you just gotta be like everybody's on their guard. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
because you just don't know anymore. You know what I mean? It's like, but even for some people, it's like either or. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Some people see, like I see it as like a let's try to get people talking to each other more. You know what I
for
mean?
sure.
Like I was just because some people I was just like seeing like just kind of experiment. I was like look over them, like, see if they smile back or something, and then like I was like they wouldn't even look up. I'm like damn, like
Yeah, no,
so.
it's crazy, man.
Mhm. But no, like me personally too, like I had to like redevelop my social skills, like when it comes to just like meeting like strangers and shit.
Yeah, for
Like
sure.
it's like I had to think like, what the fuck did I used to say to people? Like you know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think that's part of growing up too. Is like you start maturing a little bit more, and you start to realize a little bit more like how to interact with people. You're like,
Mm.
How did I
I'm gonna
used to
pause
talk
real
to
quick.
people?"
Nowadays, bro, you never know, but
Dude, you can do
stay hydrated. Stay hydrated.
absolutely, absolutely.
What we're talking about?
We're talking about just like growing up
Oh
and
yeah.
shit. Like the social skills. I think it's part of like the age we're at. Like a lot of people our age, I feel like are a lot more vocal on social media, so we're seeing it more.
Mm,
But I think the quarantine like pushed it a little faster.
yeah.
You know?
Like to the point where some people like live on social media. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Or live through social media. And I had to like go through social media like detoxes for a second. Cause and they feel great. That's the fucked up part. It's like they feel great, but like you're so out of the loop when it comes to the news and
Oh
everything
yeah,
else.
no, I've never been a massive social media guy. Like I've got accounts on everything, but
Mm,
I'm never active. Like I'm not
always
constantly on
like,
Twitter. Or, like I've never really ever been like that. And
mm,
so I get like little gaps where I'm the opposite. Instead of doing a detox, I go just full
full
in,
on for
bro.
like a little bit, and then
Yeah,
like after a while, it's kind of just fizzle it out again.
yeah,
Okay. I don't know. It's like for me, it's like a mix of like news and a little bit of boredom, I guess. You know,
yeah. Oh, for
a little bit
sure.
of boredom. It's kind of like because especially like I said, quarantine and shit that expedited everything when it
Yeah,
comes to in that sense. You know, because
for
no
sure.
one else has anything to fucking do anymore. You know, but
Um, yeah, no, it definitely. I don't know where I was going with that.
I don't know
Twitter,
either.
man.
Twitter is it's a fuck. That's weird because like I always think about this. It's all kind of the same. Like when it comes to like even YouTube and Twitter, it's all the
Yeah,
same when it comes to like followers, algorithms, everything else. Like I don't know, Twitter is like weird because you have like Twitter, Reddit, Tumblr, and
yeah.
like but Reddit and Tumblr are two different things.
Like
Like
two
separate from
different
Twitter.
ends of the
Like you know,
spectrum
Twitter is
too.
like high class, I guess, in a sense almost.
Compared to those two, yeah, for
Yeah, you know what I
sure,
mean.
for
Like,
sure.
but like you can say whatever the fuck you want on Reddit.
It's
Like
beautiful.
whatever the fuck you want.
It's beautiful.
And then like Twitter, you say anything wrong on Twitter, they're gonna flag your shit. You know what I mean?
Yep, you get banned.
You know, you gotta remember. It's another thing is like just with social media in general is that you can be whoever the fuck you want to be on social media.
Yeah,
Like a completely different person and no one would ever
like
know.
an escape for people.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like I don't know. Like for me, it's kind of like ugh. Like but it makes me think of like dude like our transition like our transcendence into the next kind of like era, I guess, especially with like the VR shit coming out.
Oh no, like you can see it happening.
Exactly.
You can
Like
see it happening for sure.
I think back to the movie like Wally and shit, like Disney movie and shit, bro. When I thought like when I was walking and shit, how like damn the movie Wally like everybody was like just right next to each other, but didn't even notice each other because they were all stuck in like the TV
And the screen,
and
yeah.
screens and shit. And then not only that, but like technology in general.
And
But
like
like
even what they turned the Earth into, it was just Wally scraping up and making buildings out of trash,
and
bro.
eventually like that's what the fuck this is gonna be.
Yeah,
Like you got fucking. I talked about it on the podcast. think it's like podcast like 86 or something with Sydney Mosby. Go check that podcast out. It's one of my favorite podcasts. But we talked about like just the environment, climate change, and everything, and like when it
Yeah.
comes to the oceans and everything, and how like you talk about trash and stuff. There's that like floating like pile of trash in the Pacific Ocean.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
like what's
It's
like
like
a mile. Hold on.
it's like an island.
Yeah, it's like its own little like thing. Shit, I think you can see it from like space and shit. Honestly, like it's like the floating trash in the
That's
Pacific.
absolutely insane.
Pacific garbage patch. Yeah, so it's like they have a whole site dedicated to it. So yeah, it's like Great Pacific Garbage Patch. It's like there's a subtropical. Oh, there's two of them. Oh, there's two of them, and then just like a convergence zone in the middle of like the North Pacific. So it's like it's a collection of marine debris in the North Pacific Ocean, also known as Pacific Trash Vortex. Yeah, it's literally just makes like a hurricane shape in the sea. Yeah, it's like a massive debris. It's like imaging. It's like nothing but like bottles and like
Jeez.
yeah, bottles, nets and shit. I
We
think
out
like,
here.
I'm trying to think like how deep is it? Oh yeah. The North Pacific, it says right here on the nationalgeographic.org, I'm going to cite my sources, the North Pacific subtropical gyre is formed by the four currents rotating clockwise around an area of 20 million square kilometers. So, like, it takes up, like, a lot of space.
You said 20 million?
I think in some spots it's, like, 10 feet. It's, like, just, like, 10 feet
Oh
deep or
my
something like that.
Good lord.
Like, you can damn near, like, step on it and walk around on it almost.
That's crazy.
Like, I'm talking about like the environment and shit. Like, what can we really do? I guess like nowadays.
I mean, from an economy standpoint, like if we want to do like the taxing the big businesses shit, like carbon tax, it makes the most sense, but nobody wants to do it because it's going to cost money.
You don't want to tax big businesses, and
Yep.
they're gonna hike their prices up, and just everything's gonna turn on itself basically.
Yep.
And like trickle down economics does not work at all. I'm sorry, you can see the shit now. Like it's like this shit does not work.
No, yeah, it's kind of funny to look at how we've dealt with problems in the past and how we're trying to deal with them now, and just how things have changed for better, in some cases much, much worse.
And it's like just one event happened to crumble everything.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It just took one straw to break that camel's back.
Like I said on one of the podcast, my last podcast, I was like, it's fucked up because COVID should have been over. Honestly, if we actually just like quarantined and shit.
If everybody for like a month
like,
just stayed home.
If the government if we had a government that could, or some kind of system to keep a social distance chain of supply, keep still going,
Yeah.
while paying the people who, I guess, I don't know how you weed out who gets paid or whatnot, you know what I mean, or who stays in the supply chain, who doesn't.
Right.
I mean, but
Well, I mean, we found out that a lot of people can work from home easily.
exactly.
And so a lot of those jobs are cut out for, like, they're getting paid a little bit more for gas and stuff like that. And so finding those specific jobs, I think it's not easy, but it's a little bit easier because of the pandemic in a way.
Yeah, with like Zoom, especially with like the rise of like Zoom and everything else.
Oh, yeah.
And like especially with school, like just like how everybody's just in online school now, like Zoom class and shit. I can't do this shit.
Can't stand it.
I cannot do this shit at all.
Cannot stand it.
You don't learn shit.
No, I need a professor talking to me in my face, like explaining what I'm trying to learn. I can't watch a YouTube video from 2014 that you posted when it was already an online class. Like, come on, what are we doing?
So wait, how much school do you have left?
One semester. This is
you're
it.
You're almost there.
Yes,
you
sir.
get the ring on right now?
I ordered it last week or the week before.
Okay.
I get it in April.
Yes, sir.
Been a long road, but
Yes,
we
sir.
here, baby.
So like, how you feel like since like, talk about like growth and stuff, like just through life and everything else. Like,
Yeah.
how much do you feel like you've grown since like? Cause I've known you since freshman year of high school.
Dude, yeah, we known each
So,
other
like-
a while.
So like, how much do you think you've grown? Like, how much do you think you've changed at all? Like personally, from like freshman year to like now,
Like
especially
specifically because of college, or just
like even like college and then like the COVID turnaround and everything else.
Okay,
And
yeah.
I mean, any kind of experiences in college? Like,
yeah, man. Like Had a couple girlfriends, had a couple heartbreaks, got to go through that whole experience.
Shit happens. Charge it to the game.
Yeah, hey, charge it to the game,
Charge it to
yes,
the game.
sir. Couple major switches, kind of starting to figure out what I'm passionate about, which, as it turns out, is cannabis, which I love, man.
Hey,
So,
if you, damn, I wish I could tilt the camera up a little bit.
show the
Like,
people.
you know what I'm saying? Like tilt it up a little bit.
Yes, sir.
You know,
But no, and so I'm
it's all straight and everything else.
just
I hope.
pushing an economic career, hopefully, and joined a couple clubs, did fish camp for a couple years. That was pretty fun. Got to grow a lot, like in a team building sense, because like, I mean, it's 24 complete strangers coming together to make like sort of a family,
Mm-hmm.
and so that was pretty dope.
It's funny. I had a class, one of my small group. Well, I had 3 communications classes last semester, which talked about, and it was literally small group communication, mass communications, and like interpersonal communications.
I took a mass comm class, bro.
Yeah. You ever take like a small a small group or discussion like course like that? It's a lot of it's just common sense, but a lot of it's
Yeah.
just like terminology type things. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for
But
sure.
it's interesting to see like, especially like what you just said with like a small. That's technically a small group in some sense. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
I don't know if you like say like. There's a difference between like a small group and like an organized group, committee. Like I said, you get
Well,
the
yeah, because I
terminology
mean,
and
if
stuff.
you count the entire like fish camp organization, it's like 1,000 counselors. So that's a big group, and I mean, we're all helping each other out the best we can between each camp and stuff. So it's a little bit of a big group with that's like an umbrella over the small group, if that makes sense.
Explain fish camp for anybody that doesn't. For anybody that's
Okay,
listening
yeah,
that's
yeah,
never
yeah.
gone to has never gone to Texas A&M or never even heard of Texas A&M.
You're
Explain fish
like,
camp.
what the heck is going
Yeah.
on? So basically, at A&M, coming into your freshman year, there's an extended freshman orientation where we take you to this Methodist camp about 2.5 hours away. We all ride on buses and we're playing games the whole time. You get there and you basically just learn about all the traditions and about all the different buildings and famous former Aggies, people who have helped the university in some massive way. Basically, just teaching them about A&M, joining them into the cult, as they say.
Man, it's just, I ain't gonna
I'm
say it.
not
I ain't gonna say it.
confirming
Hey,
or
look.
denying.
Hey, look, man. If you know anything, look, I've grown up here 22 years, bro. I've seen it enough to know.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
It's
I ain't getting nothing by you on that one.
hey, man. I call it how I see it, bro. But it's I mean it could be worse. I mean it could
It
be
could
way,
be worse.
It could
Yeah.
be way worse. It could be you tech. Yeah.
Could be Texas.
Could be. I ain't gonna say nothing about that. I ain't gonna speak on
Alright.
that. I ain't gonna speak on that one because being that I've lived here for so long, like I said, I'm entitled to have a strong ass opinion.
Yeah, for
so
sure.
like, but I feel like for me, like just venturing out, Austin is on my list of places. Like I guess to venture out once I finally get out of here. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
for sure.
And just kind of expand. So I won't speak on that yet. You know what I mean?
Okay,
I'll
alright.
leave that one. I'll put that one aside. You know what I mean?
We'll talk about that at a later date.
Hey man, hey. I will never. I ain't gonna say orange is the best color, but I ain't gonna never put the horns down necessarily. You know what I
Okay,
mean?
all right.
I ain't
I
gonna
hear-
necessarily
I'll
put a horn.
respect
I
that.
won't necessarily put the horns up either. All right.
I'll respect that.
So yeah,
And he ain't taking sides. He's staying neutral on it right
I'm
now.
staying neutral. I'm staying neutral, man.
Switzerland over
but there's
here.
a reason I have not tried to enroll at A&M. I'm just so let you know right now.
That's fair.
It's just like I don't know. It'd be easier to like because there's so many different levels of courses that they have, or
Yeah.
degrees that they have, and even like you can just instead of like not going to like just maze or something. If you don't get into maze, just go ag business or something. And just get a degree. Ag
Exactly.
Exactly.
That's exactly what I'm doing, and I call it a poor man's business degree, a
You
poor
know-
man's maze degree.
All it's got is your name and a degree from a university.
And you got a ring.
In a ring.
One of these days.
Honestly, if you like say if you plan on going to A&M and you get that Aggie ring, having that Aggie, really honestly being from College Station or being anywhere near A&M is just like a bonus because
Yeah.
Aggies are all over Aggies are everywhere.
There's like over 500,000 graduates out there in like all parts of the world.
Connections run deep. They run pretty deep.
Like,
too.
so something we've got is called Find an Aggie, where once we graduate, we can look up other Aggies. Like, if we're, say, to go to Paris or something and we lose our luggage or something, I could go to find find an Aggie
and there
and
might happen to be somebody
that we could hit up and be like, hey, could we like crash on your couch for a night? We don't have our stuff. They'd be like, yeah, come on.
that is. See, like, I can't even say cultish no more. It's like family oriented almost. Like, I mean,
It's a family.
Like, you know what I mean?
Thank you.
Like, I mean, very cultish behavior at times, but like I said, stuff like that, you know, and like I said, same thing with like Prairie View A&M, you know, they have
the same way.
Oh well, they make sure that you have a job, some kind of job or internship lined up by the time you graduate.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
dope.
they try to make sure that you have enough chances at opportunity out there before you
Good.
leave. You know.
That's awesome.
Yeah, shout out to PVA and M too. That's also on the list. Maybe I ain't gonna say nothing yet, but who knows what the future holds. But
Yes, sir. Well, either way, I know you're doing amazing things wherever you go to school, so it don't really matter.
I just I just don't I don't like school. Like, but at the same time, now that I've started it, I know I just need to finish it. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
because once you get done with it, you don't have to do it no more.
Exactly. And I said, and especially now, I'm not worried about how long it's gonna take.
Yeah.
Because like, there's so many people who I know don't go to school, and like I said, school is not for everybody.
Absolutely.
Especially knowing people from high school now that I know school, they didn't like school, but then now they went to like a trade school and did something. Now they're doing something that they love and making good money while they're doing it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's
It's a beautiful
for
thing.
me, that's way better than anything else. You know what I mean? And even there was one barber over in Bryan. He said he tried to like start a little program like within the city of like just teaching like barbershop skills like straight out of high school. You know what I mean?
Okay, yeah.
Like something like that, or even just like career prep kind of stuff. You know what I mean? Stuff for like kids who don't necessarily know what they want to do. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Then but they know they don't like school.
For
For
sure.
me, I can tolerate school. That's why I can do it. You know what I mean? If I actually like put my brain to it and like I can do this shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
But
for
at the same
sure.
time, there's just so much, especially getting online and shit. Just all the online shit and campus shit just pisses me off even more. Like,
Well, and even like when it gets worse is when it's an online class that doesn't even have a meeting time. It's just get this done by this day. It's like you're not even gonna talk to me, prof.
like sometimes it's okay, and sometimes, like for instance, in my discussion group class, like when it came to making especially group projects online, it's hard because we have to try to
Yeah.
meet in person when we all work. Some of us don't even live in town. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so it's just hard to make schedules and everything else. We all have our own lives and we all have other classes and shit. You know what I mean? So it's just hard to incorporate everything. Honestly, I felt like after that turn from like, because it was the middle semester, like March 2020, right
Yeah.
then. I was like, I swear to God, we didn't have this much work when we were in regular class. I swear, like, seriously.
I think the professors came back with some bite.
Like, because now they have to do everything kind of like. I feel like, I don't know for professors if it's easier for like in person. I mean, it might depend on the professor, whoever it
Yeah,
is.
it depends on like where their priorities lie. Like if they are just trying to get as many kids through as possible, then online probably isn't that bad of a thing for them.
You know,
But if it's somebody who like is being a professor because they like to teach and they want to be there in front of kids, then I think the in person is like gonna be where they're gonna put it out more for sure.
yeah. I feel, especially like blended classes is one thing I really couldn't do either. Like blended, half in class, because like I said, I'm one of those. I'm the same way as you. Like if I'm in class, like me getting to class is half the battle. So like it's like now that I'm here, it's like okay, I might as well pay attention now.
Yeah,
especially
exactly.
especially once it gets to like high school, you can mess around and all that stuff. But like when you get to college and stuff, no, it's like okay, you pay this shit, you paying for this shit now. Like this isn't a game. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like I said, I know that like after a while, I'm not worried about how long it's gonna take. Especially like knowing people that go back to school. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like ones who even didn't even go to school. Coming out of high school and now like going into school like for the first time when they're in their 30s or 40s. You know what I mean?
Dude, within the past like 5 years, both my parents just got their bachelor's degrees.
Really?
Yeah.
What degrees?
My mom was nursing. She's a BSN now.
Nice.
And then my dad is in. It was just like general mathematics or something.
Okay.
Yeah.
A mathematics degree. It's like.
It's like he can do anything with like he used to be sales and now he's a VP of operations for electrical distribution company.
Okay.
And so it just numbers he's good with them.
Yeah. With anything kind of like accounting or.
Yeah, a little bit of that. He does a little bit of everything up there.
I know, like, having taken like one accounting course, I'm okay with numbers, but like I think half the problem was I just couldn't stay awake in class. Like that's
It's
probably
very
about.
tedious.
But that's what's up, man. So wait, what were your first degrees that you started off with?
So,
Yeah, no, get it going.
oh man, no,
Oh no, bro. There's no shame. There's no shame.
no shame.
We've all. I changed degrees.
Yeah. I wanted to be a mechanical engineer when I first got to college, and so I was taking a couple regular classes, and then I was taking this engineering chemistry class, and I was taking it at Blinn, and some of the stuff that we ended up doing in that class, dude, people that were in honors chemistry at A&M didn't even know what was going on. It was super hard. I ended up with like a C in it, but I was like, I don't want to be a mechanical engineer anymore.
Yeah, no.
If this is the beginning.
There's always that one class that just humbles the shit out of you.
Yeah.
But freshman year, some people just breathe through freshman year easily.
Yeah.
There's always that one class that hits you and it's like humbles the fuck out of you.
Absolutely. And then I was like, okay, not gonna do that. Let me do like something in healthcare. Like I want to do something to help people. And so I wasn't really sure what I wanted to like, what major specifically I wanted to do with that. But I started taking like A&P classes, like anthropology classes, stuff like that. And that A&P class hit a lot harder than the high school one did.
Really?
Oh yeah.
How so?
It's just very much more in depth, and we do dissections of all kinds of cool stuff, but it was very brutal. A lot of terminology, understanding what the different parts of the body are. Like we had to learn the entire skeletal, muscle, facial nerve systems. Like it was just a lot, man, a lot of information. So I was like, that seems like a lot of work. Don't want to do that.
So like in high school, like what would you say like it was like just really like base level, I guess?
Yeah, it was just kind of like establishing, like, I mean, we went over like the skeletal and muscular systems, but like we didn't count each and every single muscle. Like it was just like the quads or the hamstrings instead of like there's like a sartorius or something. Like I can't even remember. It's been so long, but
Going to like the chiropractor and stuff, the sciatic nerve,
yeah.
like all that shit. Yeah.
Yeah, well, like, and specifically, we went over the facial. There's 12 of them in the face, and like ones that control like eye movement, like breathing stuff, all kinds of weird stuff going on to keep you alive. We had to memorize those. Those were brutal. There was like this 14-letter long mnemonic for it. It was crazy.
That's what's interesting about like my psychology class I took like my sophomore year.
Yeah.
How in depth we got into like anatomy and stuff, like beyond just basic brain, just, not necessarily disorder. Cause we think was psychology, at least with me. I think with psychology, I think of just like learning about disorders, learning about just how the brain works and everything. But no, we get in depth about just like the retina, cones, the way eyes see shit and everything, and just perception and how people perceive things and everything. Just got down to the baseline of it, and like for me, it was just kind of like eye opening to how much it just branches off to each major, and really how I'm noticing a lot more in my communications degree or my degree plan right now, how much each degree branches off to each other.
Yeah, well, and if you think about it, like the physiology plays a lot into the mental stuff, everything with the brain, because stuff going on with your body is gonna make stuff happen in your brain.
I've been watching Stanford lectures on YouTube.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and they've been saying the same exact shit when it comes to like human behavior biology.
Yeah, everything's connected, bro. Everything's connected.
Especially like with myself, like just getting my body like back and better and just being able to move better and everything else and function better. It's helped a lot with my brain, like just in how I've been feeling personally and stuff.
Yeah.
You know.
Good.
So, yeah. Just
Good
being able
for you, bro.
being able to see it and then watch it and then kind of seeing how it all works and how it plays into other branches of life and college and whatnot. It's interesting to see. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
So you said you wanted to be healthcare and how that.
Yeah, no. So that A&P class tore me to shreds. I think I got a C in that as well.
C's get degrees, baby.
C's get degrees. And then I went on a trip over the summer to go visit my aunt and uncle. Oh, I went to a cannabis conference down in Miami, and so it was like a
Ah.
bunch of different like cannabis companies from down there, and
Mhm.
even from like across the country. Like we had like people with CBD treats for dogs
I've
companies.
seen that. I've seen the CBD treat for dogs.
Yeah,
Where dogs have anxiety and shit. A lot of dogs have anxiety.
yeah. So they're
Mhm.
like just CBD treats you give them like once a day, and they hopefully chill out a little bit. I mean, I don't know the science behind it all.
Oh, yeah, no, one of my cousin's dogs has like attachment issues and shit. Yeah, so I already know how it works.
But uh, I started to figure out more about like the endocannabinoid system and how that plays into your body, and I was like, that's something that I could get into. Like,
Mm-hmm.
obviously, I enjoy smoking, but like, I also really like what this stuff can do for people.
Mm-hmm.
Like, not specifically like medical, like everything medical, yes, but I enjoy the recreational. Like, it helps people decompress. Like, there's just so many benefits for the endocannabinoid system and activating it in your body, you
Mm-hmm.
know. And so I was like, well, I don't have to go healthcare to still like help people, and so let me do something like cannabis real estate.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm doing agriculture economics now.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's basically when you just all the way down with ag economics. So like it's kind of like a you have to take horticulture classes too. I'm guessing.
No, I probably should have,
Mm-hmm.
but by the time that I got like to full A&M, I'd ran out of electives and pretty much everything was in my degree plan after that.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
So
A
you
lot of,
took
a lot of real estate classes though.
you started off doing blend team, didn't you?
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
So you took now yeah you took like half your classes at blend and half at A&M.
I took
Something like
most at Blinn. It was like they split it 12. You could do 12 and 5 at each,
that. Mm-hmm.
and I think I ended up typically doing like 9 or 10 at Blinn and 3 at A&M.
Mm-hmm.
And then at the end of it, it's only a 4 semester program, and I didn't know that at the beginning.
Oh, you thought it was gonna be all the way through?
Well, I didn't think it was going to be all the way through, but I thought it was until you finished.
Mm.
And at the end of it, you got to have 45 hours at Blinn, 15 at A&M.
Mm.
I had the 45 at Blinn, but I only had 13 at A&M. If I had taken like 2 kinesiology courses,
You'd
that
be
would have been
fine.
money. And so I ended up a semester at Blinn, had to reapply to A&M and go through that whole process again, which kind of stunk, but we're here now, so I ain't stressing.
Exactly.
Uh, but yeah, now we're here.
Wait, so you had your internship over the summer. Can we talk
Mm,
about that a little bit? My man loves cannabis, and he got a nice
that's an
little cannabis.
interesting
Yeah.
story. So, I'm talking with this guy who he's the CEO of this company that they're a cannabis cultivation company. They just acquired this like 55,000 square foot warehouse facility to start growing.
Mm.
And my aunt and uncle had a hand in the operation. They did like some of the fundraising, and so they were bringing in all the money to like support this venture. And so I go out there and I keep talking with this guy like, look, I'm looking to pay the rest of my bills pretty much for the rest of the year. Like I'll come do menial tasks just to learn stuff about just growing, like whatever I can learn. I just want to be a sponge basically and soak it up. And he's like, yeah, come on down. Like we'll pay you. Like we'll get you set up. And I ended up working for 16 days, and all I did was pull weeds and sweep floors. And I didn't see anybody from the company actually at the building besides myself
Mm.
more than twice the whole time I was there. Yeah, like there was just no support, like just nothing, like just kind of got treated like crap out there. So I said, boogie and come on home to Texas. So
Mm.
I'm not gonna let you waste my time like that.
You know.
So
I mean, was Arizona nice though?
the golfing was pretty dope.
Mm.
They have beautiful courses out there because since they're in the desert, they have to create grass and maintain it,
Mm.
and so their grass is typically a lot better than ours.
That's why
And
like in New Mexico and like
they've got a lot of mountains too, so it's like really good um, style of terrain to do architecture for golf courses. Is pretty nice.
Okay.
I really enjoyed that, but it was really hot. Felt like I was baking in an oven.
I was about to say like it's a different kind of heat from
It
Texas
no,
heat, isn't it?
it's very different. Like I would rather sweat my face off here than feel like I'm in a sauna for
It's more of like a dry. It's like a dry.
super dry.
Whereas like here's kind of like a half, kind of like humid.
Yeah, like closer to like Houston has like really humid,
Mm-hmm.
and we're like we catch like not necessarily the back end, but we catch a good amount of it.
Mm. And then like you get to like Louisiana.
Yeah,
Florida.
you in the
Oh
swamp.
no, bro. Oh my god. So my sister goes to LSU, right?
Okay,
They're moving
yeah.
her in and shit. Oh my fucking god, dude. It's like
Hard to
85
breathe.
degrees. It's like 85 degrees, but my shirt's just sitting. I'm sitting here drenched.
Yeah.
Just standing outside. I'm like, first, I don't sweat this much ever, you know. And then now all of a sudden it's like it's like you're sticky and shit. It just drains the fuck out of you too.
Yeah.
But no, here's it's alright here. You know?
Yeah, no, it's tolerable.
So now
Yeah.
like we got the weird ass like seasons now. Our season definitely changed.
Oh, for sure.
Like
It used to never be like this.
no, it's so now it gets like cold.
It's supposed to be a really harsh winter, from what I heard.
It's not even fucking winter. Like I'm not used to this shit right now.
Yeah.
Like at all. It's like I'm used to it being already like cold and like the back half of the cold being in February.
Yeah.
And then like March is when it starts to heat up a little bit.
It's still
It's gonna be
still
cold as
cold
shit,
some days in March, but some days will be like nice 50, 60 with no wind.
But it's just like in the past just 2 years or so.
It was like since COVID hit.
Like seriously, no, honestly, like they just completely just flip flopped. It was a snowstorm last year too.
Yep. We had 2 snows last year. That's more than we've had. I think it snowed once like freshman year of high school.
Snow to the point where you couldn't even drive on the shit. Like,
Bro, what?
It never snows here.
Never.
And then all this, like,
All of a sudden we get all the snow.
are you a climate change advocate? Or not even advocate. What would you say about like climate change?
I mean, I know that it's real. I don't know what I can do personally to help out too much.
I would say like you see how like in New York and stuff they're trying to like plan on like making the whole entire city like all EV and everything.
Oh,
else.
really?
Mm-hmm.
That's
something
dope.
like that. Like
No, I'm a big fan of that.
like something like that with New York.
I'm a big fan of that. I mean, I know it's a lot of like carbon costs to make the batteries for those cars, but I think over time they might be better. I don't know the science, the math. I don't know if I'm right, but that's what I've heard.
Mm-hmm. Oh, so they're giving people rebates of up to $2,000 for like new charging for like so drive clean rebate for plug-in electric cars. Yeah, so like NewYorkState.gov it says here it's like drive clean rebate of up to $2,000 for new car purchases and leases, and combine that with a federal tax credit of up to $7,500 for on electrical vehicles right now. Yeah.
Oh wow.
And so yeah, they're really trying to push that, especially cities like L.A. and New York, where it's just constant people driving on the street. You know what I mean? And I could see like, especially once like taxis start like becoming electrical. You know what I mean? It'd be easier for companies to start doing that, you know. But like for people are gonna be walking a lot more, like because electrical vehicles, while you're not spending it, you don't spend shit on charging it.
Yeah.
It takes a minute.
Does it?
Have you ever been in like electrical vehicle?
Yeah, I've ridden in a Tesla a couple times.
Okay.
I've
Yeah,
got a couple friends' parents who've let me zoom in the back.
Yeah, same. Actually, Dan Hung drove me in his Tesla one time. Yes,
that boy.
Yes,
I haven't heard that name in a long time.
Yeah, when we had the podcast a couple times, but yeah, it's Tesla. Sitting there charging, it takes a fat ass minute.
Oh,
That's
really?
one thing. It takes a fat ass minute, but I mean, like, it's different. It's different.
Yeah.
You see that like Audi concept car they have? Like it's like an EV. Like the whole entire dashboard was like one big screen, basically. And then it had a
Oh my god,
it
they're
had, like,
getting
a little spot.
ridiculous with these screens.
It had a spot to where like you just press and it comes out and like it pours glasses of water for you and shit in the car. Yes.
That's crazy.
And it has like a night mode where like you can just literally lay back all the way in your seat and shit, and just like fall asleep while you're driving. Like no, it's like we're getting there, bro.
Yeah,
we're getting there.
Well, you know what's sad is my favorite car of all time is a '69 Camaro.
Mm-hmm.
I'm deathly afraid that it's gonna be illegal to drive it by the time that I'll be able to afford one. Unless I hit it
Hey,
big real quick.
honestly, hey, one thing, estate sales. You can always find estate sales. That's one thing. And like, cause me,
I'll probably get into that once I
I mean,
start working real estate.
I'll say about 2025, or even by, also I'd rather say 2030, because like there's no way you can expect
Yeah, that's not gonna happen that soon.
I mean, you can say, you know what I mean, because now you see just how fast technology is accelerated. You know what I mean?
I guess so.
You
Yeah,
know,
it's
so like,
exponential.
so how exponential it is, and I'm thinking like personally, I want to say like 100 years of just this one gasoline motor oil engine. You know what I mean? To be completely just
Obsolete.
obsolete within three, or not, let's say three. How long's Tesla? When did the first Tesla car come out?
12.
Let's see. First Tesla
See if my
car
trivia
release date.
skills are up to date.
Oh, eight actually. Oh shit.
Wow.
So the
Well,
Tesla
earlier.
Roadster, yeah, was the very first one in February '08. '09. That's when
Okay.
they began the production of the model, the 2010 Roadster. Okay. So yeah, I mean, I don't know, like, cause you seem like they
14 years right now.
14. So you see how they have those like new like AI like trucks and stuff like for 18-wheelers and shit.
Yeah, I've heard about
hmm
that. Yeah.
So that's like, cause there's just gonna be like one like owner, like kind of operator sitting in the cabin basically, and just basically managing everything that goes on. But that's one, and once they're able to do that I mean, that'll be to the point where I don't want to say that necessarily anybody's gonna take over necessarily, but I mean controlling the chain of supply, especially with truck drivers or especially with trucks, is whoever controls that.
Gonna be a rich person.
Exactly, like because
For sure.
you and people don't like people started to realize. I know my dad's a truck driver, so I know how like trucking works, and there's a reason like trucking is the one. I think it's the one occupation within the entire United States that can't be completely unionized as a whole. I want to say
Is it just too many people move in it too many times?
that, but it's the one. Yeah, there's so many. There's so many private owner operators of trucks that everybody's just so independent on their own. You know what I mean? And then now you see like there's a lot more companies now, especially like you look at the what happened in Colorado with that guy that went down that caused that accident when the brakes went out.
I didn't.
18-wheeler.
Oh yeah,
But
yeah,
you
yeah,
didn't see that?
yeah,
No.
yeah.
They reduced the sentence and everything.
Yeah.
But yeah, like companies like that and stuff, it's different because they're still kind of contracted in a sense. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for
So,
sure.
like I said, so you can't do it because of that. They're so independent, but at the same time, if they did and say all truck drivers stop driving for maybe a day.
Oh, it's game over.
Oh yeah, no, the country comes to a standstill. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because no one's getting.
You can't move it enough by airplane
Exactly.
as quick as you can.
Can't move by airplane. Can't move by car.
Yeah.
Anything else? So like once you, I mean, you used to do train, but I mean like.
That's still not going to be as fast as.
And now they're
trucks.
starting to outdo their coal's starting to be obsolete now. They're starting to just shut down a lot of coal plants and everything else too. So something's going on, you know what I mean? And
it's going to be interesting to see.
I mean, I personally, I've been watching like a lot of those tiny house shows and shit on YouTube because after a while, bro, especially now, how much do we really need? As you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like, I'd much rather have it to where I can afford solar panels and shit. So as much as I fucking can, that's some kind of renewable energy. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
Especially a day like that, cause it was windy as shit today. A day like this, some fucking windmills and shit.
Come on.
You know what I mean? Like, so I feel like on just a large scale when it comes to providing for everybody in society, it's hard to get it done. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like I said, I don't want to say it's Darwinism, but like it's just like it's kind of basically survival of the fittest at this point. You know what I mean?
No,
like, but at the same time, it's kind of right. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
In a sense, I mean, but I don't want to say it's that. You know what I mean? Like, there's a way. I want to say there's a way that we can help everybody. You know what I mean? And there is. You know what I mean? It's just like
there is. It's
what's
just
the most profitable way?
Yeah.
You know
Who's
what I mean?
gonna be greedy about it?
Exactly. So.
Oh my God, you took that out of my brain,
you know what I mean, bro?
bro.
Like exactly. Honestly, if everybody just smoked a little weed, it'd be alright.
Fine.
It'd be alright. It'd be okay.
Fine.
First of all, you realize that half the problems you got going on really aren't that big of a deal.
Yeah.
Um,
Some of them are.
Some of them are. Okay, listen, I won't. I said half.
Some of them are.
I was about to say that back half will be the big problems, obviously.
Yeah.
In which you should definitely go seek
care
help.
of.
Yeah, seek help for. Or to at least just get out and just talk to friends. You know what I mean? Get out more.
Yeah.
You know? One thing I did notice about like just kind of like being able to, not necessarily therapy, but like just something that helps is being able to like see friends that you haven't seen in a long time.
Yeah, for
and they
sure.
like because they can tell you exactly how you've changed in a sense. You know what I mean? And like
Because it's somebody who knows who you are.
knows who you are, and like looking from the outside in.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because like I wouldn't say that your close friends. That's the difference between having close friends. Like I guess having close friends and just having friends. You know, friends you're a product of your environment. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
But having that close friend, they'll tell you like when you're not doing shit right, and like when shit's that's different. That's like that's somebody looking out for you. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's a homie.
And so, like I said, at the end of the day, I think one thing that can provide all of that for us is like I said, a little bit of weed. Honestly, just a little bit of weed and just talking to people. Honestly, that's all I want to do that's all I want to do with this podcast. That's really it. You know what I mean?
That's the end game.
It's really the end game, honestly, bro. Like it'll bring the world together, and like that's all. At this point, that's all we really need. You know what I mean? Especially like I said, like just enlighten recent events, you know, in life and everything else. You know, that's one thing I just realized. It's kind of a lot of problems we have are just really trivial. You know what I mean? Because you never know when that last minute of your life is. You know what I mean?
Man.
Because death is always right there. You know?
It's lurking.
You know, and like we can get like, especially with like I said, tragic things happen all the time.
For sure.
And you never know when it's gonna happen to you either. And like I said, in light of recent events in my life personally, you know, it just cause nothing but just try to see positive. You know what I mean? Try to seek some kind of look towards the future. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because you can't just get stuck on, you know, what was. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like pulling yourself apart over like past events is just, it doesn't get you anywhere.
You know,
you just gotta keep pushing and
just have a mind for the future. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because like we're saying about the brain can do a fucking lot. You know what I mean?
And like your intention with it, because your intention does a whole hell of a lot with everything.
Exactly. And like I said, it's fun. It's kind of weird that we get to say this like now that we're only like 22. You know what I mean? Because we're about to be 23, right?
Yeah.
Are we both
Pisces? Next month.
No astrology nerd, astrology nerds and shit. You're a Pisces too, aren't you?
Yeah.
Oh shit! Look at that too. You see that?
Come on, son.
You see that, bro? You know, but yeah, like now that we're about to be like that age, and we can still sit here and just still say that. You know what I mean? And now, like even now, I'm like, fuck, I'm about to be 23. Like, you know, it's like yesterday. I was
Yeah.
like, I just
yesterday I was 12.
Like
man.
seriously,
like, what?
Like no, like people talk about it. It's kind of like cliche, but like no, like when you get in your 20s, like this shit just starts running, and then like they say when you hit 30, you just go 30, 40, 50.
Yeah, it just goes faster as you go. I don't know why it happens like that.
So I have a friend who has a theory on that and kind of like looked up a little bit. So it's kind of interesting. And some people might know what I'm talking about, but it's like basically like a day of your life is when you're born. A day of your life is your life. You know what I mean? Yeah. You heard of that?
Yeah.
It's like a day of your life is your life, and then once you 2 days old, then your life it just got split in half.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then so on and so forth. So by the time you're a year old, a day is just 1 out of 365. You know what I mean? And then by the time you're 10 years old or something, that 1 year is just 1 out of 10. You know, and so life is nothing but numbers and everything. Seriously, it's nothing but numbers and fractions.
Bro.
I've never believed that we live in a simulation more than I do now, bro. Like especially with the Matrix, like the Matrix and everything, bro, coming out too. I gotta go see. I have not seen it yet. I have not seen it yet. I need to go back and rewatch all 3.
Yes, for sure.
I've seen. I want to say I always fall asleep watching the 3rd one.
It's a little
Revolutions.
It's for me. It's tough to watch all 3 in one sitting.
It's the 3rd one's slower.
A little bit.
Yeah. The first one, just learning about the Matrix. The second one's better. Fucking most. My dad had me watching The Matrix when I was like 8.
Oh,
so like,
you got a good dad
yeah,
right
no,
there,
like,
bro.
so I was like, yeah, it's easy. I watched Lord of the Rings,
Oh,
Matrix,
yeah,
all that
for
shit.
sure.
Like, but I see, I always fall asleep on the third one, but the fourth one, especially like just from the just the previews, I'm like, yeah, I gotta go see this shit. I still haven't seen Spider-Man either, dude. Like I have not been. I've not been out, guys.
You gotta drop the $5
and just
and
go
go.
and go. I have not been to the.
At least for
Okay, look,
Spider-Man. At least for Spider-Man.
I can't go to the movies anymore. They got these reclining seats and shit. I'm serious, but I am serious. I've fallen asleep for 30 minutes in movies at the movie theater. I swear to God.
Bro, just don't smoke before you go.
Okay, I can do it.
It's just like
I'll drink a bunch of caffeine and shit.
There you go. Get hyped up.
Get hyped up and shit. Like, okay, for the Matrix, I'll definitely like stay awake, but like I just won't be able to recline. Like as soon as I recline and shit, and
Game over.
Especially have a drink and a popcorn in my hand, like yeah, no, it's over with. And candy, and like if I turn on, like if I curl up in a ball a little bit,
dude, I went.
It's hard for me now. It really is.
I went and visited a friend in Dallas a couple weeks ago, and we went to the movies up there. They got the fancy shit, bro. They had the seat warmers. I was like, you cannot. You cannot do this.
No.
I'm going to sleep right now.
Right here and now. Like, and y'all gonna, like, the movie gonna be over, and I'm still gonna be right
here. I will be right here. Talk to me later.
Like, yeah, no, I can't do it, bro. I gotta try. I gotta go try it. I gotta go try it again. You know.
At least for Spider-Man.
The way I got hyped for just the preview of it, the first time I saw the trailer, I got hyped at 6 in the fucking morning when I woke up and saw this trailer.
Good.
Like I was half awake. I was like, Spider-Man trailer. So I'm just like sitting there watching this shit, and then I see Doctor Strange. I'm like, okay, it's kind of interesting. And so then they open up the portal to the multiverse.
Yeah.
The multiverse. So I see the little green grenade. I was like, oh shit. All right, now I see some sand and shit. I'm like, oh shit. When I saw some fucking mechanical tentacles,
come on, son.
Bro, I lost my mind at 6 in the morning. I'm like, I gotta see this fucking shit. And I saw the little hello Peter and shit. I was like, bruh, no. And then,
dude, I want to talk about it so bad. I'm not going to.
We can't. I have to go see it.
Yes, good movie.
I'm gonna have to go to Star Cinema so I can like order some. I might have to just be bougie and do that. Honestly,
dude,
I might have to just like
drop a quick band.
I might not, bro. But honestly, no. Cinema. I might have to just turn it into something like that, just like an event. You know what I mean? Like me to go see a movie, because I used to go see movies all the time. Like just on the weekends, it's always something to do. You know?
Yeah.
Now I cannot remember the last movie I went and saw.
Dude, I've been going a lot recently. My brother, he'll come into town. He lives in Cyprus with my dad. Mm-hmm. He'll come into town and just be like, "Hey, I got tickets for this movie. You want to go?" Mm-hmm. I'm not gonna say no to free tickets.
Right.
And so we've just been going, dude. And just there's been a lot of great movies coming out recently.
Like The Matrix, Spider-Man. What else is out right now?
What we got?
Let's see.
The King's Man. I want to see that. I haven't seen that one yet.
See, that's one thing. Like, can we make any new movies? Like, instead of just like
Matrix 4,
Kingsman
3,
Fast Furious 10 coming, ain't it? Isn't it? It probably is. I stopped watching. I can't watch it anymore. I'm done. I'm done.
The contract is through 10.
I'm done with it. I can't do it.
I haven't seen 9.
I'm done after 7, bro. I saw 8. 8 was like, okay.
I don't remember 8 at all. I think it was a fever dream.
8 was like, oh, I guess. You know? But like, I mean, the only one I could say I might see is Hobbs and Shaw, because I'm always like,
I've seen bits and pieces of that.
It
seems funny.
A good action movie, I'm always down for it.
Oh,
you know
yeah,
what I mean?
for
like,
sure.
But they don't make action movies like they used to, honestly. I mean, I hate saying it like that, bro. But like, I watched the '08 Die Hard. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
And so, and being able, like, I can say it actually, you know, because I've watched movies from the '90s, 2000s, and so I can say, back then, now it's kind of crazy. That's back to what we were saying about like how much we've grown up and shit. Like,
yeah.
Now I can say back then, like,
oh yeah,
you know, especially like, It all comes full circle, bro, on the podcast.
Everything's full circle, bro.
But no, I said new movies right now. They got Hotel Transylvania, another one. They got Eternals.
That's Marvel, yeah.
Mhm.
I wasn't the biggest fan of that, but I think it's because we don't know any of those heroes.
How do movies even work nowadays? Because like now, like you just kind of used to look up what was on Fandango and then like what's at the cinema and stuff.
Yeah.
And so then,
Bro, you just brought back so many memories.
You know what I'm saying? Because Fandango's right here. That was the first thing that came up.
Yes, sir.
But then like you have like Amazon movies, you have like HBO Max and everything. So like I guess with all these contracts and stuff now, I don't know how it works.
I guess the ones that are like still playing in theaters, I can imagine they'd still be on Fandango though.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, they have just everything out right now, but they don't have like the. It's weird because they brought up just every last movie that's come out, whether it's on like HBO, Amazon now, and just have it just in different lines. So instead of like, how many movies would they play at the cinema?
They probably got like 16 screens playing, maybe 14 or 13.
Yeah, so like all of them probably like a different movie, maybe a couple of them.
That's what
two
I'm saying.
Different ones,
Yeah.
depending on what it is. But like I said, I said movies out right now, and it brought up literally movies and shows, popular movies, top picks, friendship movies, documentaries, police movies, horror movies, dramas, and everything else.
That's
Like,
weird.
it literally just brought up everything, and then at the bottom of all of that is Fandango. Yeah, it brought up every last thing. So then, okay, like so opening this week, I guess. So
Yeah.
let's see, Scream. Another fucking Scream.
Another Scream.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Another spoof.
another one. Another one. Shattered. I haven't seen anything about that.
Me neither.
Borrego. The Curse of La Patasola.
What'd you call me?
No, my bad. Italian Studies. So now playing, so you got Scream, Sing 2, Kingsman, American Underdogs, another football. Oh, is that Kurt Warner? That's about Kurt Warner. Oh, shit. Huh. Yeah, that's Rams number 13.
American Underdogs?
Yeah, it's a American Underdog 2021.
Hmm.
Yeah, it looks like it's about Kurt Warner. It says in theaters. Yeah, American Underdogs, inspirational true story of, Kurt Warner.
Oh, how about that?
Starring Zachary Levi. I got 98%, 75% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Put it on the list.
Honestly, what? I'm always down for a good football movie.
Put it on the list.
When's the last time they came out with a good football movie?
Dude, there was one that came out probably like the mid 2000s. Like Blindside probably.
What was that one movie they took us to go see? Like, I think it was like sophomore year of high school. It was like, When the Game Stands Tall.
Oh, I
It
know.
was okay.
I can remember the name. I don't remember everything that it was about.
I think it was based on a true story though.
Okay.
Of what was that? De La Salle High School, I think.
Oh,
I
yeah,
think so.
yeah.
When the Game Stands Tall. Yeah, 2014. Yeah.
Okay.
What was that one guy? He's always in like a football movie or some shit. White dude. You know his name when let's see.
When I see him.
Alexander Ludwig, whatever. Well, he's playing in a lot of movies. Fuck. Wow, he's so much older now. Shit.
Another.
He's in Lone Survivor. Hunger Games. Man, I'm trying to.
Oh,
think.
yeah.
I need to get to the point where I can.
The Blondie.
Yeah. The one who what was his name? Where is he from in the Hunger Games?
Kato or something.
Kato, yeah, he was
He was
District 4,
District 1 or 2.
1, yeah, so one of those like
yeah, he
early
was one
districts.
of the bougie ass ones.
Yeah, one of like the career.
They like train you to
from like
participate,
birth, basically. But yeah, Zachary Levi, Dennis Quaid. Oh wow,
Dennis Quaid.
Yeah, Dennis Quaid.
Never mad at a Dennis Quaid performance.
You know what I'm saying? I was like, especially the one. One of my favorite movies from Dennis Quaid was Vantage Point.
I need to put it on the list.
It might be on Netflix right now. But yeah, you need to put it on the list, dude. It was, basically, he's a security guard for the president, right?
Okay.
As he can do so well. It's like two actors like that who can always do those. Liam Neeson and
Gerard Butler's done a few.
Gerard Butler. I'm about to say All the Olympus Has Fallen. That's actually a really good trilogy.
That's a really
Honestly,
good trilogy.
that's like for a mid, like I said, good action movie.
Oh yeah.
Like mid 2010s. I would say like Olympus Has
for
Fallen.
sure.
White House Down with Channing Tatum. It was a little more on the comedic side.
Yeah,
but it came out right when Olympus Has Fallen came out. So it's like when it comes to like reality,
Olympus
Olympus Has
took
Fallen.
it.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I guess the way a lot of the attacks were set up, you know what I mean? You can actually like you could see some shit like that actually being played out. You know what I mean? But yeah, no, a Kurt Warner movie. That's interesting.
Could be hype.
But yeah, when the Game Stands Tall was an okay movie to me. Yeah, it was like the De La Salle High School. I think it was like a true story where one of the guys had like a scholarship to Oregon or something and got killed.
He got killed. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I forget who it was.
Like it was a drive-by or something, right?
Something along that. He was like picking up his friend from a party or something.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah.
Something
Something stupid, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, The Matrix, Venom, new Venom's out too.
Saw that. That was pretty good.
I said, dude, I just have not been out to the movies in a minute. Let's see.
I never saw.
A Quiet Place. Okay. Oh, I have to go see that one. Because for a movie,
I haven't seen the first one.
Okay, bro, for a movie where no one says shit, that's a good ass movie.
Yeah.
Like I remember just like no one's gonna talk in this, but the way it's so suspenseful, no one has to say shit.
Have you seen Hush?
No.
Because that's about a deaf girl, and she's an author, and so she's just typing away.
Mm-hmm.
And this dude kills her neighbor, and then he comes like after her, and he starts like waving at her and banging on shit. She can't see him, and then he just like stalks her the entire night, and
I think I might have.
It's all super quiet and just suspense, bro.
Really?
It's tremendous.
2016.
Sounds about right.
Kate Siegel. You said?
Maybe.
John Gallagher.
Yeah, he's got a. Is there a mask?
Yeah. Oh shit, that's kind of creepy.
Yeah, it's a good movie though.
Oh yeah, it's a horror movie.
It's not so much horror. It's a lot more
thriller.
Thriller for
okay,
sure.
Yeah, it says horror/thriller. And so when it comes to like horror, like Insidious, I can watch Insidious movies.
Oh, I love Insidious.
Insidious movies.
I love them.
The jump scares sometimes like, you know.
Yeah.
It's really.
I kind of laugh at some of the jump scares. They're
honestly,
crazy,
bro.
When the first time they showed the devil, bro, he looks like Darth Maul. I can't hold it in, bro.
No, I ain't gonna. Sometimes the jump scares, like for me, I'm a jumpy ass person. So like, if I'm gonna feel my soul, like my body literally damn near jump out my skin, and so but I like the shit. So sometimes if it's right, if it's done right,
yeah.
And so, but I remember we literally guessed one of them was the third Insidious, I want to say, when they were in New York or whatever.
Yeah.
And bro, so I think it was the part where like the ghost is like waving in the street or whatever. And my boy Caleb right next to me, right? And he's like, bro, watch you get hit by a car. right 2 seconds after he said this shit, bro. Boom! We just busted out laughing the whole time in the theater. People were getting pissed off, but I was like, bro, nah, you did not know what just happened.
That's amazing.
Like, shit like that, I was like, yeah, no, I died laughing like in the theater.
Amazing.
I'm sorry. And another thing, I used to be a movie talker too, so I kind of like discouraged me from going to movies a little bit, or other people did, because people are mean sometimes. That's why I go to movies by myself. No, I'm playing. I just haven't been to movies in a minute, but I know how to shut up now, so it's good. I fall asleep. I get too damn quiet. I get too damn quiet and then fall asleep and shit. So it's fucking catch 22 and shit. But no, the first Quiet Place, like I said, for a movie that just, like I said, no one really said much. Who's in the first? The one guy.
John and Emily, right?
Yeah, I think so. What's his name? Yeah, John Krasinski. John Krasinski.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Emily Blunt. Yeah.
And there's one. So you just gotta go watch it.
Bet.
Was she Millicent Simmons? I think she played. No, I think it was a different movie. That might be a different girl, but the movie. It was a weird ass movie. Probably one of the weirdest movies I've ever seen. Was it Hereditary?
Yeah, I haven't seen it.
Oh my god, that shit was weird as fuck.
Yeah.
I mean, like, it's a horror movie, but like, it's about like a grandma passed away, and they're finding out stuff about her past and stuff.
Okay.
And like, she was really like led a satanic cult and shit.
Kinky.
Yeah. So, and it's. Then the fucking daughter, that shit. Then the son gets possessed. You gotta watch it.
Okay.
I personally, I don't recommend watching it. For me, I wouldn't watch the shit again. Cause I was kind of like, what the fuck is this shit? Like, but
But you think my ass would like it?
It's not a bad movie. I can't say it was a horrible movie.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Just not for you for round 2?
No. But
Okay.
there's some shit I can only see once in my life.
I
and
feel that.
There's
Okay.
things I'm okay with only seeing once in my life at the same time. In the same breath, there's shit I'm okay with never seeing in my life. You know what I mean? Honestly.
For sure.
But yeah, I think that's it for movies that are out right now.
How about that?
I'm always down for a good like Disney movie, especially if they're fresh, of a fresh idea, a fresh Disney movie. It's something we haven't gotten in a minute. Actually, I still haven't seen Coco. I ain't gonna lie to you.
My brother was telling me Encanto is pretty good. He started watching it with his kids.
I was about to say that
He said that it was a banger.
I've seen the previews for that one, just the ads and stuff coming out for it. A lot of people like it on Twitter too. Like a lot of people tweet about it. It's a lot of memes and stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe I just need to start back watching movies. I guess because like you said, every time I put on a movie, bro, I'm just always inept to just pass out.
Yeah, I feel you.
How do you think about John Cena as a? Because the Peacemaker just came up like right behind it. How do you think about John Cena as a Peacemaker?
Man, I don't know. I never read the comics or anything, and I haven't seen any of it. All I've seen is the previews, and it's too early to tell if he's gonna play it well.
I mean,
we'll see. Looks a little goofy.
When it comes to like, because as a WWE fan, I had the wrestling podcast coming out soon actually.
Ooh.
But as a WWE fan and seeing like, I guess people like The Rock and then John Cena.
Yeah, like I'd like to see him be
Batista.
successful. I just I don't know how he's gonna play it.
I'm still like, for me, the case is still out for John Cena as an actor. Honestly, like, I mean, he's gotten a lot of big roles and stuff, but like, I guess there's some movies I've seen, like one of his first ones, The Marine. That was okay.
Wasn't bad.
Yeah.
Daddy's Home.
12 rounds. 12 rounds was pretty good. That was a pretty good one. So I mean, like, I guess the jury's still out for me, I guess.
Okay. Have you seen Daddy's Home too?
No. Wait. Yeah, he was in that one. He was in that one briefly, wasn't he?
He was pretty funny, actually.
I was like, he's actually a pretty good comic.
He's
you know what
actually pretty good at comedy acting.
I mean, I was like, serious roles. I mean, like, you know what I mean? I say when it comes to The Rock though, like The Rock's probably like the biggest movie star in the world.
I don't understand it, dude. He like shits out a movie every 3 months.
That's what I'm saying. Like when it comes to putting in work, bro. It's all he knows is just the fucking work. That's it.
Wake up at 3 a.m., eat 3 large live chickens,
basically, and then go work out
go
and
to
shit.
work.
Work out and shit, and then go film acting all day
for 4 different movies.
For 4 different fucking movies, and go do a fucking show and shit, and then go do a talk show or something. And then just go rapping. She started rapping and shit.
Then go make a rap song.
Hell no, he's too big to be fucking rapping and shit. I ain't never seen somebody that. Hell no. No.
You too big to rap?
No, he making like the motivational ass raps and shit. Like, there's nothing. I can't work out to that shit. Like, he does not have. Like, just hearing the rap.
No.
Just hearing his voice rap.
No.
Hearing his voice rap is just like.
It hits odd.
Exactly, like
it's very odd.
Because hearing from like WWE, like you smell.
Like I've heard that voice
for so long. It's like now, even like the first movies he did, like the Scorpion King.
Wasn't mad at that. Oh
yeah, he had some good ass movies. He had some banger ass movies.
Yeah, Scorpion King. The CGI was bad in that, but he was not.
Was it Doom? I think it was Doom. With him and Samuel, I want to say. Yeah, 2005. I want to say. Correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah, Dwayne Johnson. Yeah, he played Sarge in Doom.
Must need to add that one to my list.
05. Samuel's not in it. Excuse me. What was another one? Walking Tall.
Oh, that's
a good movie. That's a good ass movie.
That's a great movie.
Let's see.
Just look up his filmography.
The Game Plan.
Game Plan is not bad.
That was not a bad movie at all. Tooth Fairy was let's see. The Rock Johnson movies. There you go.
Dwayne The Rock.
Let's see. Jungle Cruise. Damn, what the fuck?
I haven't seen that yet.
Central Intelligence. That was funny. That was funny as shit. Jumanji was funny. I haven't seen Rampage. I haven't seen Baywatch. There's a lot of
Baywatch is pretty funny.
There's a lot of Dwayne Johnson movies I have not seen. Well, okay. When he came in the first Fast Five, that was the best one.
And when they're in Rio,
his first one in Fast Five, that was That was probably like the best version of that one or 6. When we got into 7 and everything, that was just a little too much.
I mean, I think the OG is the OG for a reason, but
Faster. The movie Faster.
boosting cars.
Yeah, he used to boost. He was a bank robber with his brother.
Oh.
And he got out, and then he basically tried to go and kill everybody that killed his brother.
Okay, yeah.
I can give away the plot. That's the base of the whole movie. All right, I can give away the plot. The whole movie is basically he gets out of jail after somebody killed his brother, and he just goes on a rampage, basically. But I mean, like I'm talking like the first 5 minutes of the movie, bro. He walks straight into the office, no hesitation, pulls out a gun, just, boom, shoots dude, and walks right back the fuck out. I mean, like, we're talking about one of his more serious movies. He actually doesn't say much during the whole entire movie, honestly. Yeah,
like some Joaquin, whatever his name is in No
Joaquin
Country
Phoenix?
for No, No Country for Old Men. Is his name?
Phoenix? The one that's in Joker?
No. Just Javier Bardem.
Okay, yeah, no.
No Country for Old Men. That's one to put on the list.
Okay.
For sure.
I see Hobbs and Shaw, Skyscraper, Pain and Gain.
What?
I just finally watched Pain and Gain recently.
Pain and Gain.
With Mark Wahlberg. That true story based on a true story. They're money laundering in Miami.
Oh, dude.
When they were on steroids in the gym and shit, they was working out.
Have I not? I guess I just haven't seen a lot of these movies we're talking about. Man.
That was I just finally saw that movie. Actually, like sat down and watched it. That's some funny ass shit.
Yeah,
that's a funny ass movie. San Andreas was a good movie too.
Yeah, San Andreas wasn't bad.
G.I. Joe. Some of the G.I. Joe movies he was in was pretty good too.
Yeah, the first G.I. Joe wasn't bad.
Gridiron Gang, bro. Oh man, that was
OG.
Dog, you talk about a movie. You talk about a movie that actually made me cry, bro. Like, as actually hurt my heart at some points, bro. I was like, God damn, bro. Like, shit. Let's see, Race to Witch Mountain. That was when I was 9. It was great. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I rewatched that like 6 months ago, and I was like, it's not horrible. Like it's got a good premise, but like the acting by everybody around The Rock was just not there.
It was way better when I was younger.
Oh, for sure.
You see, you know how many movies are like that nowadays? Like when you like watch it back, you're like, what the fuck? Did I really like this shit?
I wouldn't say it's a majority, but there's a good amount out there. Mm-hmm. I think that like. You gotta find them, because it's probably not something you've watched since then, and so you're like, huh, what is this? Oh, what is this?
Mm-hmm, exactly. I think that's really it for The Rock right now. Yeah, Red Notice, the new one he has with.
I've heard that's funny.
Yeah, I haven't seen it.
I think that's on Netflix actually.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah.
I haven't been on Netflix.
I think you know what? I think I played the first 15 minutes of it and passed out.
That's how it be sometimes, bro. Find a little background noise and shit. The other guy I was gonna say was because it's crazy to see how big of an actor he is now. Dave Bautista, bro. Like, yeah, no, like
he's come on.
The movies he's been making lately, bro. I'm like, oh shit, like he's been making some bomb ass movies.
You seen Dune?
I still haven't seen Dune, bro. I'm telling you, I have not been out at the movies at all.
Look, man. I know I've been telling you got to put a few movies on your list.
I have a lot to put on my list.
That one belongs at the top 5.
I started watching Army of the Dead.
That's a good one.
That was another. I started watching it and didn't finish it.
So there's Army of the Dead, and then there's Army of Thieves, which came out after, but it's a prequel movie.
Okay.
And it gives you like backstory on one of the characters.
Guardians of the Galaxy.
Great movie.
Oh my god, all of them, and then
coming out with a new one too.
Yeah, but it says right here. I was like, wait a minute, it says 2023.
Yeah.
The My Spy. I didn't see the My Spy. He was in 2013 Riddick too. Oh shit. The man with the Iron Fist. He's like a big D&D nerd too.
Dave?
Yeah, Dave Bautista dude. He's like
really?
into like I was it him or I want to say Vin Diesel. I think Vin Diesel's in the D&D. I think so. I think Dave Bautista's like
Vin Diesel.
But Dave Bautista's like a big like martial arts like
aficionado.
Like anime kind of fan, like kind of that.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
comic books and shit. Like he's a big.
He's
nerd.
about it.
He's a big nerd like that and shit.
Okay.
It's kind of interesting.
Well, I mean, there's like the Myles Garrett. He likes to talk
dinosaurs
about the dinosaurs, man.
The dinosaurs and shit.
Yeah,
that's one thing. Is like dinosaurs.
He'll eat you on the field and then
like,
get off, put his glasses on.
Talk about dinosaurs.
The Bronchiosaurus.
Like seriously. It's like people like fucking like what are they that'd be paleontologists, I guess, right?
Yeah, they studied fossils, I think.
What the motherfuckers that study rocks and shit? Geologists?
Yeah.
How could you sit there and just study rocks, bro?
I don't know, man. It tickles some people's funny bone in the right way.
My dad used to collect rocks. Actually, I ain't gonna lie to you. He had a rock that, swear to God, he tells the same story. And he used to have the rock. He showed me. He said he was like having a bad day or something actually, and like he looked down and he said a rock was smiling at him. Literally, like it's like a little like just natural like indention of a rock smiling, and like he showed it to me. I was like, oh shit. I was like,
I mean, sometimes you just gotta pick up a rock and take it home, dog.
fuck it, man.
Sometimes I got a rock at home, just one. I don't need a collection.
Oh no, I'll have a rock. I'll keep a rock or two around. You know what I mean?
But sometimes you need a good rock.
Yeah, sometimes you just need a good fucking rock, a rock to lean on.
Some of them just fucking look cool.
You know what I mean? Yeah. Well, I bet, how long do you think we've gone so far, bro?
Maybe an hour.
Oh yeah, we hour 10 now.
Oh
yes,
shit.
Sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir. But yeah, that's it right there.
Yes, sir.
Honestly, all right. You want to plug anything for yourself?
Nah. Just keep supporting this guy. He's a champ.
I'll try.
Keep it up.
I'll try my best. You know. But yeah, Kev Jackson Podcast. You already know. Listen on Spotify, Apple Podcasts. Go ahead and like and subscribe on the YouTube channel. Follow on Apple Podcasts and Spotify as well. And new podcasts coming out all the time. Just be on the lookout. And if you want to come up to the podcast, just hit me up and leave in the comments favorite movies or whatever. Shit. I don't know. Yeah. But we leave it off right there. Until next time. Peace out.